how did we get here? Give us some history. And I know there's a lot of history, so try to cover as much as you can, to the point of Israel, the Jews get displaced, we're back, and now we have this, as you put it in your play, kind of a squatter in the land. Like, how are we in this spot to where there's so much tension that this type of violence is erupting every so often? We see, violence erupt in this area. How did we get here? Give us your history lesson here.
There's history. Let me just answer the question this way. Really, the answer is in the Torah. The answer is in the Torah. And the Torah says in the book of Numbers, it says, God is talking to the Jewish people. They're about to enter Israel for the first time. And he's telling them that one of the commandments is that you must drive out the inhabitants that are living in that land. At that time, it was the Canaanites and all different other nations. There was a commandment that you have to drive them out of the land. This is what the verse says. But if you do not, this is chapter 33, verse 55. But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land, those that you leave shall be pins in your eyes and thorns at your sides, and they will harass you upon the land in which you dwell. And it will be that which I meant to do to them, I will do to you. Doesn't that sound exactly what's happening in Israel? In Israel, at the War of Independence, the attacking Arab armies, and in those days they attacked armies. Now they're attacking children, and they're torturing children, and they're torturing women, and they're torturing elderly people. And in 1948, the Arabs said to the other Arabs that were living there, leave the country, let us wipe out all the Jews, and then you can move back in. So the question is, why did they ask them to move out of the country? My theory, and I believe it's the truth, my theory is that they were, after they killed all the Jews, they weren't going to let them back in anyway. So just get them out now, and then we'll just take the land for ourselves. But a funny thing happened is that the Jews ended up winning the war. And so the Jews, while the Arabs were saying, don't leave the land, the Jewish people who were Zionists, who did not follow the ways of the Torah, they hated the ways of the Torah, they rejected the ways of the Torah, were telling the Arabs, no, don't leave. Stay. We can be brothers. We can live together in peace. Don't worry. Everything's fine. So you see, the thing is that exactly what the Torah says is what's happening. These people are pins in their eyes and thorns in their sides and harassing them because this land is supposed to be for the Jewish people. There's a lot of lands for other people. There's France and there's Spain and there's Timbuktu and there's Iceland. There's a lot of places for a lot of people. There's be one land for the Jewish people. And that's what Hashem commanded. And just like Hashem commands me not to eat a cheeseburger, he also commanded me that these people should not be in the land. And you see exactly what the Torah is saying is what's being said. Now, I want to add to this. There's two different, it's very interesting. I saw another show similar to yours and talking about the same issue that we're talking about. And the person asked a very good question. He said, why is everybody hating the Jews? Like, why do they all hate the Jews? Why? So the person who was being interviewed didn't know the answer. He just said some kind of answer, which was didn't answer the question. So answer the question is that the purpose of being a Jewish person in this world is for a Jewish person to follow the ways of the Torah.